You know what? The Primo have served me well, but I'm on bigger and better things now. I can afford a better car. I'm no longer an amateur. I think I deserve to gift myself a penetrator. Farewell, I'm going to enjoy this interior. I've spent many miles in this car. Oh, there it is. The car I've been working so hard for. Here it is. But wait. It's the same interior. One amazing thing about new vehicles releasing is the modification list. And this can make or break a car. If you have a really good car with no modifications, it's not really going to have good feedback. They wasted an opportunity to add really nice modifications on a certain car and they didn't. But if you have a rubbish car and then you have loads of modifications, it adds to the character of that car. That car automatically becomes something you want to own. A lot of cars have the option of fog lights. I think it's something you can add, that you can have a rally, Dakar, you can have any kind of formation of that vehicle with fog lights. But on some vehicles, Rockstar add fog lights, but they don't work. What is the point of that? And there's a really cheeky thing as well that Rockstar do, where they add fog lights, but they just add them with caps on them. So you've got all the formations of different fog lights, but they're all covered up. Because Rockstar doesn't want to put the effort in for it to work, I'm guessing that's the case, they just put caps on them. Now, some cars do work, like the S2 and the Boo, but come on, Rockstar. It's not much work to do for how much people are paying for these cars. Now, you guys saw the intro of that little skit I did, and to be honest, it actually gets a lot worse than that. Now, from the interior, I've sat in this car. Guess the price of this vehicle. 140,000. Not that surprising. It's got the interior of a £140,000 car. But then let's go into this vehicle. No, it's not the same car, but different colour. It's a different car, but guess how much this car costs? 100, no, not 100, 1.7 million. This car has the same interior, a car that cost 140,000 and a car that cost more than 10 times the amount, 1.7 million, had the exact same interior, but different color stitching. And of course the badge. I know, it's crazy. Let me give you just a few cars that have the same interior. Now, of course, we've got like the steering wheel with a different badge. But we have the 811 that has a certain interior that matches the Comet, that matches the Ferrari GT, the T20, the Italy GTB, and the Infernus. They all have the same interior. So yeah, okay, Hella, they have the same interior, they reused it. But it's the same with other cars in the game. For example, the 9F interior is also in the Adder, also in the Alpha. And I realize I'll be here a while if I keep naming the cars, because we got the Bestia, the Entity, the Lynx, the F620, the Exemplar, the Massacro, the Rapid GT, the Serrano, the 770, the Rocket Voltic. It's just crazy. How can Rockstar do this? You'd think, you know, once we got onto PS4, we could go in first person, that Rockstar will make sure from now on we'll change the interiors as well as the outside of the car. Nope, they did not do that. Now, this one I found really funny as well. The Zaruso, you know, the car that is based off many high-end Lamborghinis, hypercars, has the same interior as the Raiden, which is the electric Tesla, and the same interior as a Novak, which is a fraction of the price. It's so funny. Now, when Rockstar patch fun, what do I mean by that? There's some things that just happen in the game that are so fun, but to be honest, are not correct in game physics. But it made things like the Jester Classic so much more fun to drive. People started driving this thing because it could do some burnout glitch that would just make the car do stupid speeds, drift for long, and have a crazy torque limit. Then Rockstar turned that off. And it's not just Jester Classic. There was other fun things like the shunt boost that used to send cars flying. With the Apocalypse vehicles, you just send cars flying. And I'm not just saying this. That was probably the most fun you could possibly have by yourself. Minus customizing brand new cars that come out in GTA, that was so fun. Just launching cars. Honestly, sometimes you could launch cars halfway across the map. But Rockstar unfortunately patched that. Calling a car. Calling a car has never been resolved. Like, there's always an issue. To be fair, in some places, it's consistent. Like LSC, if you call a car from LSC, you can always expect it to be outside LSC or just round the corner. You know, you don't need to do a marathon or whatever to get to it. Oh, but God forbid you actually have to call it in an area where Rockstar forbids spawning. I don't even know why. Why is this? There's certain places on the map that just annoy me. Look at this. I called a car on... I don't know what this island is called. But it spawns on the next one where the Merryweather base is. Like, how am I supposed to get over there? So I'll pay 15k to Skuro to get my helicopter to fly over to the island and then get in the car when the car should have spawned close enough for me to get in anyway. And here's me calling a car on top of a bridge. And of course, When I don't like something, the pedestrians of Los Santos have to make this worse. I call a car on top of the bridge. The car spawns under the bridge. Jumping off this bridge will get you killed unless you hit something on the way down. But no, this is too smooth for the pedestrians' liking. The pedestrian will hit your car, and then another one will come and hit your car. So not only did it spawn where I wanted it to spawn, where I wanted it to spawn would have put it in a less dangerous place than where it did spawn. Yeah, you could tell this has happened to me way more than one time. Oh, GTA releasing cars. Sometimes Rockstar, you get on my nerves quite a lot. What is with it? Why are they releasing cars for a limited period? It's literally scarcity, so people think it's rare, and people start buying it out of scarcity. If you don't like the car, that's not good enough. Rockstar needs to make you buy this car, so they're gonna make it scarce. Cars that people look at and they're like, oh, I would never buy that car, but just because it's limited, they end up buying it. But of course, Rockstar are gonna bring this car back out. They put a lot of energy into this car, so they're gonna release it soon later. And then we have other releases, like the Astron. The Astron, I've already complained about this in another video. You made me buy a car for 1.58 million. Because I actually liked the car, I actually liked it. But then you drip feed a few weeks later, the same car but a better version, an Astron Custom. Not a few DLCs later, a few weeks later. You bring out a HSW one and then you charge 1.7 million for that one. This is more a mockery now. You bring out the Comet S2 and the Comet S2 Cabrio. Why couldn't we just have a rooftop version? Why couldn't it just be an option in the roof, like a lot of other cars? So the Comet S2, 1.4 million, easy purchase for me, easy decision. And then the Cabrio comes out a few weeks later again, 1.8 million. Easy, yeah, easy decision. But no, it wasn't. After I purchased it, I just thought, this is not a good decision. You don't have the stance option. You have less modifications. You have like one livery extra. It literally has less features than the Comet S2, but it's released as another new car. Yeah, why? I said it before. Why can't they just add a roof option to the Comet S2? They want to milk you for as much money as you have in your GTA bank account. When Rockstar announced they were bringing ray tracing, oh my god, everyone was happy. Everyone was ecstatic. I still am with the results, but there's still some complaining to do. Karen Flush is here, and there's a lot to speak about. When you think ray tracing, what do you think? The only thing that comes in your mind, or in many minds, is reflections. That's the first thing that comes to mind. But it seems Rockstar can't really get reflections right. First of all, very little detail. The lights, I don't know why, they're just missing on all cars. The reflections don't reflect to light, so if you actually have your car headlights on, it won't show any glare. Pieces of your car will just illuminate white for no reason, even though you don't have white parts on. There'll be major detail missing on your car. So if you can see by the back of my 300Z, there's just no detail. Like, looks like the frame, like they pre-rendered. Some colors don't show up, some liveries don't show up. There's a lot to say about this, but I'm happy they added ray tracing to the extent that they did. Like, it could have been worse. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw ray tracing was coming, I thought definitely the mirrors are gonna work now. Finally, the GTA mirrors, the rear view mirror. It's not important detail, but when they say ray tracing is coming, that's what you expect. But no, that didn't come. Sound and engines. I know this is very much car related. I think everything on this list is car related. But I'm tired. I'm just tired of seeing the same engines, the same RB, the same LS, the same engines in cars. No matter how odd it looks or how pixelated it looks, it just seems that Rockstar don't care. There's only like 7 different sounds in the game, and they just slow down the sound, speed up the sound, make it a bit more high pitch, make it a bit more low pitch. Like the same variants of sounds shared amongst a lot of cars, they just change the tone in like an audio editor. Which, you know, when you play GTA for this long, it was okay at the start, but when you play it for this long, you get tired of hearing the same sounding cars, no matter if you get out of an old school car into like a newer car. And that's why I make best sounding car videos, because sometimes you want something unique and good sounding. I mean, yes, Rockstar get it right sometimes, and they finally added more wheels, like after 7 years of the game being released. And I think that was to do with our submission forms, where everyone actually helped to submit new wheels in the Rockstar request form. But of course, they're not going to give you all the features. You can color your wheels and everything, but you can't make them chrome like you can with every other wheel. There's always a chrome option for all the other wheels. They added this on PS4. But Rockstar want to add things and then just leave that little glimmer of detail away, which was chrome. They didn't add chrome to any of the street wheels or any of the track wheels. There's some nice wheels with there. There's like actual two-piece wheels, like the ones I have on my 8F Drafter here, and I would love for it to be in chrome. There's some more little detail as well. A lot of cars, you can change the brake calipers by changing secondary color, but on a lot of other cars, you cannot do it. You cannot change the brake calipers at all, which is super annoying. There's some cars that these new track wheels actually have the brake caliper poking out and actually going through the spokes. Not with the 8 Drafter, but there are a few cars that do that. Rockstar, you brought the slam truck out. You made us all happy for a bit. I mean, like, the car still slides off. And in story mode, one thing we love doing is towing. Like, you even got towing missions because you guys know that people like towing in story mode. But you just don't bring this feature online. Like, why? I want this feature online. I want a reason to play with my friends. I want to have a bit of roleplay experience. You know, there might be a few griefers out there that might steal your car from LSC, then dump it in the water or something. But I'll take that. I'll take that. If they bring this towing option, anyone can dump my car in the water. I do not care. As long as we have this option. But I don't think we're ever going to get it. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to put my IRL channel on the top of the description. If you do want to subscribe to my real life channel, then it's in the description. I completely understand if you don't. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.